on the way to the Kia event. This is a private airport called La Isabela Airport here in Santo Domingo. I had never been to this airport before. This is where everyone who comes here on a private jet arrives. Kia is holding an exclusive event. They're going to fly us to a special location for the new Taxman, and that's today's mission. Valleys of the Eagles, final stop.
4.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Welcome to the experience. 2 carnivals await us once more for the Taxman experience. This is where my off-road adventure with Taxman begins. I've never been to this part of the Dominican Republic and I really like it. And it's going to be a different kind of day. A day where we're going to see what this truck is capable of. And in fact, we're going to have just one engine for all of them, which is diesel. It was made to specifications for the Dominican Republic market. I didn't come here to talk about promises or anything like that. That place behind me is called the Valley of the Eagles. And the reason I'm here is because I wanted to, or I felt like it. Ever since I heard the rumors about what they called a military vehicle for regular people, well, this looks like a military vehicle, kind of like a mini Hummer. We're talking about a Kia, not just any car. It's the first SUV. It's their first time entering this market segment, and they're launching an overwhelming product. So what do we have here? A design that's pretty boxy. Imagine this with a wing check, with iron up front, the tires lifted outside. It would look monstrous. You'll have 3 models, all diesel for now. We'll see about other markets. The electrified Kia logo here at the front, lots of air intakes here. Camera, okay? The height, known as the approach angle, is also important. Notice below there's a recovery hook for recovering or being recovered without needing extra steps. At the bottom, there's another air intake. The hooks have colors. We have LED lights here, which I call ice cup lights. We've seen that in older Kias before. That's already on its way, and it's important to mention it. With this car, we're not going to give up. Roads, wind, and dirt aren't excuses to avoid places like this. We go up and down the same way here thanks to its 4x4 system, which we'll discuss later. I want you to look at everything. The top part, this part of the hood, which they also worked on, they didn't leave any detail untouched here. We come here, you see lights as well, LED, ice crystals, fog lights at the bottom. And what I like the most is that since we have a diesel engine, it's super capable, we have torque, we have horsepower. I'll show it to you now and open it here so we can keep going because it's spectacular. It's kind of a technical stop here in the middle of this road, which I really like. As you can see the whole front. This was designed because it was meant for war vehicles. They spent more than 4 or 5 years planning this. People say no because I haven't found something that really fits me. I don't like it to be square, to have that whole front. Wall style, I really like that. Tough. This is the sport version. This is the Exxon version. Here it is. Okay, there it goes. This step right here. Few in the competition have that step. It reminds me of General Motors since it's easy to get up here. Interesting. In this world we live in today, you go out on the street and you see a pickup or you see an SUV and they're all the same. Screens, 1,000 electronic things. Here we are, thinking again about what the land is, about what this lifestyle is. To get here, you need this equipment. Otherwise, you won't make it. Let's check what's under the hood, which is crucial. What I like most is having a diesel engine. There's plenty of space here. We could fit a larger engine up front if we wanted. So, are you also thinking a little about the future here? 2 liters, 270 horsepower, 440 Nm of torque. We have an 8-speed automatic transmission. That's confidence, above all. Confidence. It's a package that's designed for what matters. 4x4 traction with terrain and driving modes are completely different. This is another example. I'm separating them for you. Terrain modes and driving modes, which we have right there. On the steering wheel, you select whichever one you want to select. A key point in this segment is that hydraulic lifts aren't included. You have to manually lift and prop things up. That's not the case here. This is made for something else. We're discussing a $69,990 price in this market. Pricing varies by model and equipment. The Sport and this one each have different prices. Let's look at it from the side, because if I like it from the front, the side tells a different story. Here in front, the suspension is called elevated triangle. What does that mean? More clearance, more ability to go wherever you want. We have 18-inch wheels. If I bought it for myself, I'd invest in it and make it truly monstrous, because that's what it's built for. Another thing I would do is remove the step and put on an iron one to protect myself, knowing the things I like to do. We have a camera. Here's a 360 bird's eye view if you want to go off-roading. Look at what's called the fender, oldest plastic type fender. It's great, and there's a lot of clearance up here on the top. That looks good on it. It gives it that truck look that I like. From the side, it's complete. You can look at it and say, well, there are already some trucks like that, some that look like a Jeep, like a Mojave, but it's not the same at all because this one is more compact. It has good height. Back here we have leaf springs. That means it's not a regular truck. Now, if you want to load it up, what I call heavy duty weight, you'll be able to do it just because of that. I sat as a passenger in the back and I wasn't bouncing around. That's important to know because I've ridden in some others. I'm not sure if I should mention the brand, but when they're empty in the back like this, they bounce and cause back pain. That doesn't happen here. Solid doors, and I'm going to show you that we have all the seats with storage space for whatever we want in there. I'll go to the other side so you can see better, but don't miss what I'm showing you. I haven't mentioned this yet. The interior colors. I was driving with an all black one. The interior colors of this combination, even here, where you open the door. It's a surface with pores like this. Why? That surface is designed to be walked on, even with gloves. For working people, for people who want to spend the weekend with their family in a place like this one we're in now, super prepared. I wanted to show you here, in the back. When this is lifted, the cargo space is elongated. That means if you go hunting, a rifle fits perfectly here. Here you can fit anything you want to bring, ammunition, whatever you want to take for your weekend at the beach, anything. Another important thing is the first time in my life that I've seen a pocket with a zipper. I had never seen this before in my life. Up here, there's a smaller pocket for your phone or other items with a bottom zipper. I've never seen one like it before. Does that mean that whatever you put here is well protected? Air conditioning vents that are pretty independent in the middle. There's something missing here. The mother-in-law window can't be open, so you can't talk to your mother-in-law until you get home. But it doesn't matter. That part is just fine. I like the seats, colors, and materials they used. And this goes up and down. Here in the back, you also have space to store things that aren't very big, but you have a comfortable space with little compartments here in the back. That's pretty good too. Where you can hold on is the handle. The sunroof goes up to about halfway. Here we have USB connectors on the backrest of the seats. In case you need it, if you don't have it down here, you have it here on the backrest of the seats. 2 USB Type-C connectors. Now let's look at the cargo space, what we have in the back. Back here, if you look, we have the diesel compartment. It's on the left. You might think it's electric, but it's not, since electric cars have it here. Another thing. Here we have a height adjustment because of the bounce. That height, when you're driving and hitting bumps, the bounce is actually pretty good. That's why I like it. Also, another key point. This company just formed a partnership with General Motors, along with Kia, to do important collaborations so they can stay competitive in the market. They just did it, which I really like, though, that the lights stand out almost like they're coming from their eyes. That's how the lights look back here, just like the black fenders. I like how they look. Unlike the Sport, this X-Line is balancing what they call ruggedness. It has a lot of refinement. This interior, especially the steering wheel, strongly reminds me of Land Rover. That's a compliment. I have paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. The suspension is tuned to handle rough terrain like rocks, Civilization City, The brakes bite progressively when you're towing something heavy. We have a toy. It's not something to put in a display case. It's a mix that could be for work, travel, or some adventures. Everything in one truck. It's interesting that it's here on the steering wheel. First, I have the driving modes, which are Eco, Normal, and Sport. But next to it, I have the terrain modes, which are Snow, Mud, and Sand. There are two buttons that are completely different from each other. I keep it in Sport mode. Why do they consider this? Kia had never done what you would call getting their boots muddy, getting their boots dirty with mud. He always watched from afar all those SUV manufacturers who had all those electric cars, futuristic cars. And suddenly, okay, out of nowhere, he decides to jump into this ring of giants. Here we're going to talk about chassis, we're going to talk about torque. The terrain of the Picos is cruel, it's fierce as you can see. Even if it looks flat, the ground is full of bumps and holes. Okay, so this comes in like an intruder that's really hungry. You have to see it as something dangerous. If I were the Ranger, if I were the Hilux, if I were another one in this category, I would say, or did a new Challenger just enter? We need to be careful. This is what you call a provocation. Kia responds with provocation. I'm not here to copy anyone. I'm here to invent something of my own, something that's mine, something in my own language. And when I go out here onto the road that I'm leaving behind, the one that is the land, it accelerates well, feels good, and rolls smoothly. That's what I liked. Because this Tasman is like an unexpected guest that you have at your table, and it's a table full of wolves, all of them old wolves. Some look at her with a lot of distrust. I look at her and think maybe we needed some new blood in this territory. What do you all think? That's how I see it, something like that. Because this Equus stands out with electric seats in two-tone leather. E-shifter. I mean, here we have the E-shifter down here. We have a roof, a 10.25-inch screen that has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a 360 camera, okay? We have multiple angles, more than 6 USB ports, wireless chargers, lane keeping, blind spot detector, and smart cruise control. Activating the turn signal turns on a camera, similar to what Kia, Hyundai, and Genesis use since they're from the same company. When you open the doors and sit here, you realize this is more than just a cabin, it's all Ustera. This is a living room on wheels, unique among SUVs, which I see as a big advantage. People who like to criticize cars, the press who criticize cars, are totally surprised by the refinement. The breakthrough, because this is a breakthrough in quality, a breakthrough that no one noticed, that no one expected. Well, it's an unknown in terms of long-term durability. We're up against rivals with decades of reputation. Driving it now, it feels like this truck has been around for years. It drives like that well. For this price, we're talking about a Hilux SRV Ranger XLT, the Colorado Z71. The difference, the one with the X-Line, is in the amount of full equipment it offers you. Premium interior, assistance, towing. A stance that combines work and luxury without apologizing to anyone. As I said, this is very well prepared. Kia really took its time. If you're used to one of those super Spartan cabins from traditional trucks, this will totally change your day. This does 10 to 12 kilometers per liter. A good number, we're talking about liters, okay? Will this Tasman grow? Later on, we'll see a gasoline turbo. Who knows if we'll see something electric? Maybe we'll see something related to a hybrid, a plug-in, who knows? We're going to expect a lot of things because this has just been presented. I like the steering wheel because it's flat on the top and bottom with the little logo on top. I use buttons to control the digital screen, which I like. Everything is also touch, of course, and good visibility. Here I have the home page, map, search, and air conditioning controls at the bottom. Wherever you touch, you feel this same surface used to open the doors. That's so that if you're wearing a glove, it doesn't slip or anything. The USB connectors are down here, wireless charger, 2 cup holders. Here I have for 4 high, 4 low automatic, the camera, of course. There you have the camera. I also have the button in the center here. I have hill descent control. It's well equipped with door cup holders, comfortable seats, and excellent visibility. Grab handles are okay, sunroof. What more could you want? Interestingly, the shifter and start button were arranged in an unfamiliar way. I hadn't used this type of shifter before, but the start button is at the bottom. I wasn't aware of these here and hadn't seen it like this in any other car. I think Kia has here in its hands a car, a truck, a pickup, whatever you want to call it. And that is a total winner in this segment, and that performs thanks to that diesel. Thanks to that torque we have here, super tough, super strong. That's really interesting. I have to say I really liked it. I didn't expect to like it this much, honestly. When I first saw the picture, I thought, let's see if it looks like a Richland. Not at all. I've already had Instagram comments asking if it looks like a Richland, but absolutely not. This is unique with its own look and personality, making it very interesting. I'm in Santo Domingo, heading to the Valley of the Eagles for the official presentation. I've been privileged to try it with him, me antemano before anyone else. I'm really grateful for that because thanks to the people who subscribe, they give me those privileges, and I like that. I feel comfortable with the way they treat me and give me that kind of early access to the product. Here along the way we have the brake light, which looks nice because it's an important detail. Camera. Here's the cover on top. Soon we'll have many accessories for it, including covers like this. This keeps everything closed. If opened, it drops smoothly and hydraulically, which I really like. We have 1,500 kilograms of weight and above 3,500 for towing. That's a lot. It's not a small amount. It's possible because of our engine. It's the only way and our reason for making it happen. Even though it's heavy, you can tow it with the hook. In the back, they kept it pretty clean, but with the same square design we have in the front and the side lights. If you add the hitch package, it's going to be here. The spare tire is underneath, just like a truck, but not only that, we also have a hook down here to pull or to get pulled, whatever we need. It's really well equipped on this side here in the back. I really like that about Tasman. And I'm really glad they didn't make it chrome because it would have been too flashy if they made it chrome. Kia forged, extra large. Remember that we also have a sport model and you have to try it and see it in person. I wasn't convinced until I saw it, just like me. Now look where I am. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. See you next time. The Kia Tasman, we're going to bring it back to this place with more time to really show it to you with more details, better prepared.